Hey, how's it going, everybody? Um, Welcome back to another Friday night hangout with me. So tonight I'm just gonna I just want to hang out a little bit and pretty much just celebrate the fact that I hit 250 subscribers. It kind of just came out of nowhere and it just surprised me, to be honest. So I figured we get together tonight. I'd share a few digital codes. We do a couple digital code giveaways. And we would just talk about Gamestop and the fact that they are now selling movies. Uh, sort of. I mean, we'll get into that a little bit. So, you know, looks like we got some people joining in this evening. Let's see who we got here. All right. We got Clarity and Critique. Um, that is my son Tristan. Anyone that's been here in any of the streams before, if you found my channel, it's probably because he was on the stream with me. This is his link right here. It's in the chat. I'll add it to the description after the live stream. Please go subscribe to him. Check out his video on there. Super proud of him. He's getting really good at editing. I might have to start paying him to edit my videos. Hey, Johnny, cool kids. The coolest one of them all showed up. I appreciate you, my good friend. Hey, Holland. It's always official when you're in the house. We got Corey. Hey, Corey, thanks for popping in. I know you're busy this evening, so I just appreciate you taking the time to pop in. Just want to say hi to you and thank you for the congratulations. Got a couple highs in here. Hey, Mom. Um, yes, thank you. It kind of just came out of nowhere. I thought I'd set the stream up, and I had I don't know, I had like 248 last night, and I was like, well, I'll just do a halfway to 500 stream on, and I'll schedule it for tomorrow, and I'll see where it goes. And then I woke up with like a little over 250. So I'm not really paying too much attention to the number, but thank you, Johnny. Yes, 500 right around the corner. I think that's pretty much the goal I'm trying to get at, is that 500. I think that if I could get to 500, that would be it'd be very surprising, for one, but two, I think I'd be very just mind blown if I got the 5. Got a couple more highs. Oh, hey Tiana, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. It's always an official stream when you got Tiana in there too. You got Tiana and Holland. That makes it official. Johnny saying hi to Mom. Tony, my good friend, thanks for joining in. I know there's a few other lives going on tonight, so anybody that's in here, I appreciate you guys for popping in here and just hanging out. Thank you, Tiana. Got some more highs. Lots more highs. I love it. I love it. He made it in live. Hey, Tristan. We got Dell. What's up, Dell? Thanks for popping in. Okay. So we got some in here. I'll start off just we'll go ahead and do a digital code giveaway right off the rip. I have a few to give out. I'll go ahead and give one out now. If anybody's interested, I have the hurricane heist. Let me share my screen here, and it is a 4K code. I'm gonna we're gonna do, if I can figure out where the hashtag is. There we go. We're just gonna do HH for hurricane heist. So anybody that wants to get in on the hurricane heist 4K digital code, just type in the hashtag HH and you will be automatically entered. That's just a little something for the live stream there. I'm gonna let that sit off to the side for a bit. And once we get some entries, we'll run that. Um, that's going to be hashtag HH if anybody wants Hurricane Heist. And like I said, it is a 4K code. So GameStop, they're going to sell movies now. Let's just say there's some people that are super optimistic about it, and I am not one of them people. I worked at GameStop from 2014 to 2020. Yeah, from 2014 to 2020. And I want to say that there were at least two different times I remember GameStop getting into selling used Blu-rays. I think it was used DVDs and Blu-rays the first time, and the second time it was like 2019. They were doing it, they weren't buying them, but they were sending us used Blu-rays to put out in like a dump bin in the middle of the floor. I, as a movie collector, found some good stuff there. I should have been a little more prepared. I think I have a movie over there on my shelf that still has a GameStop sticker on it, but I did not bring it over here. I was ill prepared for that part of the conversation. But so like if we look into the actual details of what they have going on, so they signed up with SDS, which is for anyone that doesn't know, is Studio Distribution Services, and they're a joint venture between Universal and Warner Brothers on distributing and releasing the physical versions of movies. They work with both those companies to get their movies out. Now, what they ended up doing is they signed this deal um, to put movies into Fred Meyer's, which is owned by Kroger. I do not have a Fred Meyer's locally, so I'm not so sure what that's all about. But I heard that it was going to be like a little standout box by the registers. So I don't really know much about that. So that's why I decided I was going to stick to what I do know, and that's the GameStop side of it. Well, like I said, they've tried movies a couple times before, and I feel like this might be a little more promising, only because SDS has a plan, and they're going to give up a certain amount of um they're going to be getting like they got like I think a set of wall, probably a 6-foot section, and they're going to keep 30 brand new not releases, maybe releases, but new copies, like sealed movies. They'll probably have a dummy case, and they'll probably open up a movie and put a case on there. So if you go there as a movie collector and you get the last copy, know that they've probably opened it already on you. They got to a point at one time last year where they were opening new release games that you paid full price for, ripped them open, and then would put a little sticker over the spine, because then if you busted that seal, then it was no longer considered new. I got in arms about it when I was in there myself, because I looked at the store manager and I said, look, you can go ahead and just not ring me out for that and just give me my money back on that pre-order, and I will find somewhere else to buy it, because part of the reason why I spend the money to buy something new and pay the full MSRP or close to full MSRP is because I like to bust the seal off on it. I don't want that opened right in front of me. The example was the new RoboCop game that came out last October. He was trying to open the game in front of me, and I told him no. That's not considered a new game to me anymore, and that's taking away part of why I buy it. So they were trying that. So that makes me a little skeptical about movies, only because I have found, really paying attention to the movie community and the movie collectors and stuff like that, I found that a lot of movie collectors are like I was with my games, and like I am also with my movies. Most of them that want to get the new releases and get the things that are newly acquirable, they want them sealed. They want to open them. They don't want to be sold a new item at new MSRP opened. So that's something that's I tiptoe around for GameStop. Comment right here. Perfect comment, Tony. I hope GameStop doesn't start getting exclusive releases. What a pain that will be trying to get them. Yes, and GameStop would be the first company to figure, oh my goodness, I can get an exclusive Mario Steelbook. We're going to make that exclusive to our in store. And then they make so many little amounts of them available in store. So then when you show up in store, they're like, well, we can order that for you on our website and send it to your house. And they don't do free shipping until you spend $70. So then they got you wrapped on a $70 purchase, or you end up paying $15 on a $30 steelbook. I worry about that for GameStop too, because that's what they do with games. I say SDS might be a little better about it because they say they're giving a 30 SKU section in store. So that's why I'm kind of like tiptoey about that. But GameStop, once they figure out that it could be lucrative to get exclusives, they're going to jump right on that. I worked for that company for 6 years. They jump on any opportunity they can to throw a GameStop exclusive sticker on something. They bought games. They bought game developers just to be able to have exclusive mediocre games to throw their name on. So, and yeah, and it might be a little hard to get them because GameStops are getting spread far apart. To be fair, I think that I'm in one of the more populated states. North Carolina, I believe, has, I think 72 stores. Not 20. I was getting it backwards. I was thinking 27. But I think it's 72 stores. But their home state is Texas. And in Texas, they have 371 stores. So that's what also brings me to the dedicated shelf space. They're bringing a new dedicated space at 170 GameStop physical stores and GameStop.com. Okay, the physical stores, the 170, doesn't account for like I said, there's 301 in Texas. And it doesn't account for the fact that there are over 4,400 worldwide, with over 2,900 of those are in the US. So they're going to put 170 stores of 2,960 or so. That basically leaves 2,800 stores with no storefront. Funny enough, I go to my I try going to my GameStop to ask them about it, and I'm not trying to brag or anything on this, but I spend enough money in my GameStop store, or I used to. I haven't recently. That when I go in there and I ask certain questions, if it's information they think would benefit them for sales, they'll kind of tell me this information. I don't feel like our GameStop's very busy with customers anyways. So if I come in there asking certain things that they can kind of slide me, I feel like that they feel that's customer retention because um yes, I don't want none of that either, Tony. Nobody better be trying to open up my new movie in front of me. I want to keep it sealed until I decide to open it. Yes, sir. I don't open my movie until unless it's a Warner Brothers title and I want that digital code out of it. I don't open up the movie until I'm ready to watch it. Because I add my digital codes to my Vudu account and share them with my parents, so that way we can all watch some of the same movies and talk about them and stuff. So I open up my Warner Brothers because they expire for real. But anything else, I don't open until I'm ready to watch it, and I'm not gonna watch it inside the store, so they better not open my copy. But like I said, we talk about the 170 stores, and yeah, that seems that seems like quite a bit in the grand scheme of things. It's just sadly not. Or when I tell you to open it on a live stream, yeah. Well, every once in a while, I'd open one up if somebody told me to open one up on a live stream, unless I just happen to have plans for it. I'm gonna just let everybody know again. If you want to type in HH, I have a digital code, a 4K digital code for Hurricane Heist that is It can be used on Ultraviolet, so I believe that that would be Movies Anywhere now, possibly Vudu, but it can also be used on iTunes as well. I'll pull that back down. Um, wouldn't surprise me if Sony tries to do exclusive physical media with GameStop. Uh, maybe, but when I worked at GameStop, Sony was the hardest one to get things through. As like when they gave out promotional codes. Okay, so something that something that most people might not know. When you work at GameStop as an employee, they send digital codes for some of the new release games. It's kind of their way to be able to let you get the game, so that way you can sell the game in the future. That you can't sell what you don't know about. Is the way that they kind of do that. But that was always dependent on the kind of deals that Sony could get with producers and publishers and companies and stuff. And I haven't worked there since 2020. It will be, I believe it'll be about this August. It'll be 4 years since I've worked there, but 4 years ago, the relationship with Sony wasn't very good. All you really got were Call of Duty codes, and that was more of an Activision thing. All the other codes that came from any companies were Microsoft, and that's because, well, Microsoft with Xbox love digital games, and well, we're physical media collectors around these parts. So I mean, I'll take a digital game as well, and I'll play it. But if I really like it, I'm gonna try to find that disc because I still like to have my game and own it. Um, but I don't know if they'll do that. Johnny, they might, but I just don't really see it happening. I don't feel like Sony thinks that. I don't feel like Sony thinks GameStop is a company worth signing exclusive deals for. So just another reason why I'm kind of tiptoey about GameStop being the ones, you know? It makes it a little sketchy. And like I said, in the time I worked there, they did movies 2 different times. And it was always used movies that I think that they bought from like years ago, and then they would maybe buy used lots from other places, or maybe buy like the leftover Dollar General, Big Lots, overstock type of stuff, and then like open them and sell them as used to just like have them in inventory. GameStop's real funky like that sometimes to play with inventory and things like that, and to flex their numbers. Sorry about that. Got a little dry mouth there. My bad. That scenario would be an awful experience. Oh yeah, you're telling me, Mom. Like I said, I went in there to get my RoboCop game, and I want to say it was at the same time that the new Mario RPG remake came out. Roughly, I think it was about then. I was in there, and I was just kind of shopping before I got my pre-order, and some kid came in, and they opened up the game in front of him, and he blew up. He said, "I don't buy my new games for you to open them for me. I want my money back right now." So they just went ahead and swapped him out, gave him a new sealed copy. I looked at the guy and I said, "Don't even attempt to open up my new copies because I buy them new to have them new, and I open them when I get to them." But they were literally unshrink wrapping them and then putting a piece of tape on it. It was a horrible experience. I am not going to lie. I got on my Facebook. I told all my friends about it, and my local retro game store got way more business. That place is called Player 2. I'll try to get the link for their eBay page and have it down in the description for the replay on this as well. I think they want to open it in store so that it cannot be returned. That's exactly why they do it, Tony. Like I said, they put the plastic tape. They put this they take this big round, like nasty plastic sticker, and they put it on the spine where you open it. So that way, if you cut the sticker, that's considered opening it then. But then once you go to peel the sticker off, it leaves all this nasty residue behind. And I told him, I said, I don't want to deal with that. That alone will make me not buy it. I do the same with my Voodoo account too, Jeff. Not gonna let them borrow my physical copies. I'm not really too I mean, I don't really let people borrow my physical copies too much. But my parents, like that's the only other house that my movies really go to. I've let a couple friends here and there borrow stuff, and I usually get it back. and the couple times that I haven't got it back, I've got it replaced. So I'm very lucky in that fashion. But I don't put myself out there to let a lot of people borrow stuff so it doesn't become an issue, because I like my movies and everything, but I like my friends more, and I don't really want to, I don't really want to ruin a friendship or sour a friendship just based on the fact that I'm a little bit more of a stickler about how I take care of my stuff versus what someone else might consider. But my parents taught me well, and I know they take care of stuff too. So it goes to their house, Johnny. I let my mama borrow whatever in this room she wants. I haven't shopped in GameStop in years. You ain't missing nothing. Like I said, I worked there till 2020, and I held on to that job for quite a while longer than I wanted to. It was which I wanted to leave there in like 2018, but I knew the PlayStation 5 was coming out soon. I stayed there just long enough to secure myself a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox Series X and be one of the cool kids for the first couple years, and have them both. But it grayed my beard out so much, I'm not even so sure it was worth it to get the PlayStation 5 and Xbox at this point. I'm just joking. I had a good time with those consoles, and honestly, working at GameStop, it's not the best experience. Um, Also, before I get too much into that, thank you for joining me tonight, Josh. I appreciate you popping in here, buddy. Um, it wasn't the worst experience, but I'm coming from being an employee that I worked a Wednesday night and like a Saturday night, and worked anywhere from 4.5 to 6.5 hours a week. It was my extra job. It was my, well, I'll work here, I'll get a little employee discount, and I'll basically spend what I make here. And that's kind of what it was for me. But I got to see the inner workings of the company. So it kind of gives me an idea as to where I think they might go with the movie thing. Like I said, I'm more excited at the fact that it's SDS, because, and that's Studio Distribution Services. I'm more excited about them because them as a company are very they do very good stuff for the physical media community and the realm of physical media. Oh, I lost some chats. Hang on. Sorry about that. It just wants to play a little bit. Got some highs in here. Thanks for joining me tonight, Aunt Rose. Got some more highs. What's up, Mark? Always in here supporting. I appreciate it. Some more highs. When I used to trade in GameStop would lowball the shit out of me. All right, so I didn't get fired for this at GameStop, but they would have fired me for it if they would have known it. A lot of my game collection came from the fact that GameStop changed their mind so much on what retro stuff they would buy and what retro stuff they wouldn't, that when they would take retro stuff, people felt so blackballed by it that they would ask me if I was interested in buying it. And of course I was. But as an employee, you're not supposed to do that. So yeah. But I'm sorry, but uh, little Johnny, little 12-year-old Johnny would love it if I gave him $40 for his PSP rather than GameStop giving him 8 in trade credit or 2 pennies to scrape together. But they lowball so much on games, and video games are of a whole different caliber than movies. I don't even think GameStop would, honestly, I don't even think they'd bother with taking movies in and trade and doing any of that. They used to own and run Movie Stop, so they have a system set in place. They could probably just reuse that system and do movies and kind of set that up. And I loved Movie Stop, but they obviously didn't know what they were doing with that, and they sold that off to a different company, and that company folded very soon after buying Movie Stop from GameStop. So GameStop didn't really want anything on that caliber at one point. At one point they gave up on doing movies at that caliber anyways. Doing the trading and the buying and all that. So I don't think they'd really buy, and if they did, it wouldn't be worth it. Games are $70 nowadays for a standard edition of a game, and when you go and trade it in, they want to give you like 25 to $32 maximum. Like, let's say it's the hottest game right now, you might get 32 bucks for it. What do you think that's going to be for a $30 movie? They're going to give you like 2 or 3 bucks. You can sell it on Facebook for more than that, because most people know that if they were to buy a Blu-ray from you for $6 or $8, that's just about as cheap as renting it on Vudu or Amazon. So you're better off to still keep it between other people, other individuals. What's up, Pat Masters? Thanks for joining in tonight. Let me see here. Do we have any? Okay. So I guess nobody wants the hurricane heist. If anybody does want the hurricane heist, type in HH. I'm gonna let that go for just a few more minutes. While I finish up with the chats. There's just some more highs in here. Lots of highs. I might have already caught up with. Oh, there we go. There we go. Just taking a minute to load. Fortunately, I have to pop on and head home from work. Oh, no problem. No problem. Just thanks for popping in at all. Every hit counts and helps and does that algorithm thing. So I just appreciate you popping in and saying hi. Yeah, thank you. I still use your account when I do buy something from GameStop, so you get the point. That's probably where it's like, how did you enjoy your new such and such? And they send me an email and I'm like, did I buy that? So maybe that's where that comes from. But I appreciate it. The points always add up. Hell, it may turn into coupons off of my next movie at this point. Movie Stop was great, especially for TV shows on DVD. I miss Movie Stop. Tony, I bet you do. And you know what, Tony? I bet. Now I'm just going out on a limb here. I can't remember the exact exit I used to take to get to it, but I bet me and you used to shop at the same Movie Stop, because I used to have to drive south almost 2 hours to get to Movie Stop from where I'm at. So I bet me and you shopped at the same Movie Stop 10 or 11, 12 years ago. It was such a great store. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for joining in tonight. Oh, Johnny's in on it. Hi, yep. Hi, Sarah. Sarah, if you want entered to win Hurricane Heist, let me bend this here real quick. Hurricane Heist um on 4K, just type in hashtag HH, just like Johnny did, and you can enter to win. If not, Johnny gets Hurricane Heist. I miss driving movie theaters. Okay, so if anybody pays much attention to the kinds of things I say in the chat and even some of the things I say on live streams, I live kind of in the middle of nowhere. Let me make sure that okay, I think that counted, Sarah. I think the cat. I don't think it matters for capitals, so I think that worked. Um, so, anyways, I'm sorry about that, Pat. Yeah, I know I say I live in like a small area, so I've never had like Targets and Best Buys and stuff to shop at. I just have like Walmart. But what's really cool is in the whole renaissance of like all of the little stores closing and record stores and stuff closing. I live in a small town that got to keep a local record store that has good records, and keeps some new releases stocked and sells used movies and that kind of thing. VHS and DVDs and Blu-rays and the occasional 4Ks mixed in there. He even has laser discs in there. I just don't have a laser disc player, or I probably have more laser discs than I know what to do with. Um, so I'm lucky to have that, but I can also drive only about 50 minutes away, and I have a local drive-in. I mean, there's only about 300 drive-ins left in the entire country, and they used to be a dime a dozen and be everywhere in this country. So for me to have one within an hour drive is considered low. I consider that local. And I actually know the girl that runs the place. my contractor's daughter manages the place on the weekends. She said she can always get me a spot in there to put my car. So might have to get out there and get to the drive-in this summer, because as close as it is, only my oldest kids ever went, and he went when he was so little. He doesn't remember it because it was for a double feature of Toy Story 3 and the Dark Knight. Yes, 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 we do. We still have the one. I've got one drive-in still active in my area. Yeah, that's what I say. I feel like any of us that have just even one, we're lucky. And I think Tim said he has a few. Tim Talks Talkies. Anybody that doesn't know who I'm talking about when I say Tim, um, he goes to a, a flea market type of setup at. They do flea market in the morning and drive-in at night. He goes to one of those locally, and I think he said they have a couple of them locally. So was thinking of going to Dixie Twin Drive to see If this weekend. Yes, I really want to see If, but I just don't know if I'm going to make it out to the theater anytime soon. I went last weekend and seen Kingdom, and it was really good. And they increased my movie tickets a little bit, but the price is still super super affordable. I'm just not so sure going to the movies is gonna be a luxury I can afford myself if I'm still gonna try to buy some movies to keep at home. And honestly, even going to the movies with just like me and my wife costs as much, if not more, than just buying the movie when it comes out. So sadly, I think they're gonna lose me at the theater for a little while, maybe till about the end of the summer. Let's see. I think the last thing I got was some rechargeable Xbox batteries, and it's been several months. Yeah. As I say, I barely go in there. I go in there about once a month to try to use my $5 coupon, and I haven't even went in there yet this month to use it, mainly because I'm going to use it on a pre-order I have, and I don't even really pre-order games too often anymore, but GameStop's the only place that I can get games for my PS5 VR headset for physical games, or I have to import them from the UK, and it's kind of harder to do that. So I just go ahead and pre-order them from GameStop. But I have Vertigo 2 coming out. I believe that's on Tuesday because it's on the 21st, and I have enough for my $5 monthly coupon and enough for like a $15 coupon to basically pay about $7 for the game. And then I might not go back in there and use the rest of my coupons before they just all expire out. I'm going to tell you that I am jealous of that. Because the drive-in, I do miss that. Sitting in the car eating a slice of pizza. I do miss it. I guess it isn't too different though. Like I probably would have enjoyed going to the drive-in a little more when I like was still a cigarette smoker, because then it would have been like, cool, I can sit outside and have a cigarette and watch a movie and whatever. But now that I don't do that, like it doesn't bother me to sit in the theater for, even a 3.5 hour long movie. My biggest problem is my bladder doesn't like the long movies anymore when it comes to that. Dixie Drive-In, and there is one in Buford. Nice, nice. Tony, I go to the one, the one I'm talking about being local is the one in the Blue Ridge, that place I was eating checkers at that day. So not too far. Melody 49, nice. Yeah, Mark. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to do like some kind of like Saturday get together where I just come out and we go to like a Second and Charles and we just meet up with the legend here, Mr. Uncle Tony. I guess Uncle Tony is what we'll call him. uh, we'll just have to go hit up a Second and Charles or a Goodwill or something and just spend a Saturday afternoon just I don't know, hanging out and getting some lunch or something. That could be a lot of fun. Well, no, it's because I sit there and I drink the whole drink, and I've drank the whole drink before I'm even 35 minutes into the movie, and then I gotta go an hour in. maybe that's my new thing is I'm drinking and I'm snacking too much to still do things with my hands. Yes, yes, it is. That's the one I'm talking about. The Swan in Blue Ridge, they totally opened back up, and my contractor's daughter is actually the manager over there on the weekends. She told me I never have to worry about being turned away at the gate if I just message her ahead of time, because I told her that one time I drove over there to go see Pirates of the Caribbean. I want to say it was at World's End. This, like I said, this is a long, long time ago, and I was at the gate, and the car in front of me got told to turn around, and then I was told to turn around, because they were overcapacitated. And I told her this. I said, "Hey, I don't really have a problem. I'd love to come but over there and watch a movie, but once I drive 50, 55 minutes, depending on traffic, I get there and I get turned away. That's a real disappointment to me. Like, I'm not even sure I want to make the drive to go over there." But like I said, she told me that if I told her ahead of time that I could that she could make sure I had a spot, so it wasn't a wasted trip for me, so that's very nice. I'm not gonna lie, I have great friends in great places. So, it really helps out for some of my habits. It's always nice to know that a theater's open, drive-in or not. Tony and Jeff. I got Major League, Color Musical, Doom Part 2, Imaginary Beekeeper, Lisa Franklin, One Evil Irks, Madam Web, Naked Gun. Nice. Nice, Sarah. You got some good stuff. I was actually, I'm not gonna lie, I was actually a little disappointed um about my Walmart for a while. And then I went in there the other day, and I'm gonna have to hold off on buying like new releases and stuff for a little bit, but they finally had the Major League Steelbook that I wanted that has the magnets and stuff on it. They finally had it in stock, and it's like, man, if they would have had it when it came out a couple weeks ago, I probably would have got that instead of something else that I got. Um, but you win, you lose, you pick and you choose. And on that note, it looks like we have 3 entries for Hurricane Heist. I'm gonna go ahead and draw that. If anybody else wants in, I'm gonna give it about 25 more seconds on that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and run the draw for it, and whoever gets it, I will send you the code um, via Instagram. I suppose that's probably the easiest way. The Major League Steelbook looks amazing. It really does, Tony. That's why I say I was so upset that they got it in stock, and now I'm gonna be clenched for a little while and not able to get it. It totally stinks. But hey, it's whatever. Maybe it'll be around and I'll find it for a good deal next year. Maybe next year it'll be in the $5 dump bin. I don't know. I'm gonna try to keep optimistic about that. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do that drawing. You guys can see the screen there. See who we got here. All right. Good job. Good on that. I will send you. I believe I have a way to get a hold of you on Instagram. So I will put this to the side. I did not get a pen to mark this. So, but I will do my best. I will do my best to not forget who is what. If actually, as you win, if you just message me and tell me what movie you won, um, and tell me what movie you won, that might be easiest for me. But I will put aside and know that it needs to be sent off because I do have a few other ones we'll give away. I'm gonna go ahead and set up for the next one. But then I got a few things I want to kind of show off, and then if anybody has any other input on the GameStop thing, or any other questions about what I think GameStop might do for certain things, you know. Oh no, 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 no! Am I reading that right? Second Charles closed down in Buford, but there is plenty of hunting to do in the area, and I'm always down for coming down. If you're coming down, and I'm meeting up with anyone from here. Oh man! Well, we'll find a place. I'm sure there's a Goodwill or a thrift shop, and that Wizards place, please tell me that's still open. I'm gonna keep an eye out for that response in the chat, Mark. Please tell me that Wizards store you took me to, because the last time we went in there, one of the cool things about that store was that I found some cool 3D Blu-rays that I needed in my collection at that time. So I'll always look at movies for there too. Let me go back up here real quick. Marvel's Moon season 1, first Mondo Steelbook Shivers. Nice. Yeah, see that my Walmart's finally getting all the Steelbooks and I can't afford them. It's a shame. But I did get a couple and I'm going to show a few of those off tonight. Imagine if it was embossed on it. I know. But if it was embossed, would the magnet stick to it? And those magnets are so awesome. Very first deep discount in the mail. Okay, cool. I need to check deep discount out because my favorite place that I get good deals from is Hamilton Book, if anybody knows. Congratulations, Sarah won, and she can message on Instagram. Yep. That's what I say. If it either if you even forget to message me, I think I'll remember to message out and get it to you. It's like I said, I'm not gonna give out a whole bunch of codes tonight. I'll give out a few of them, but I think I can remember that. I'm a little forgetful, but not that forgetful. Sorry, I just checked and I don't have the Brave slip. Okay, so if anybody's watching this on the replay or anybody's live in the chat, I am looking for a Brave lenticular slipcover to go with my 3D Blu-ray, my Disney 3D Blu-ray. The only reason I'm looking for the lenticular is because I already have the movie, and it's not a hard to find lenticular, but I can't find the lenticular without buying the movie again. And I'm not buying the movie again. So if anybody wants to buy the movie, it's not very expensive and wants to send me the lenticular from it, I will pay for the shipping on the lenticular and the shipping on your Brave. Just give me that slipcover. Oh, you're quite welcome, Sarah. Thank you for being in here tonight. Oh, and also, yes, thanks for popping in here too. I wasn't trying to glaze over that fact. I think that was the first time you chatted on here, but thanks for being in here. I do have a couple more codes. Let's see. Mine is too. I got some Walmart site and Amazon Prime. My Walmart layout is different. Yeah, every Walmart layout's different, sadly. Like I got some of those Walmart $5 steel books, which I guess I might do a separate stream at some point and just kind of show off all those because that seemed to be a big thing. None of mine actually made it to the dump bin. I dug through the dump bin 3 days in a row, looking like a maniac in Walmart, stacking them out and stacking them in to carts and all that. And the third time I did it, I look over and I'm looking at my steelbook section. We have the end cap that a lot of Walmarts have just the steelbook end cap or whatever. And down the sides, they just loaded it and stuffed it full of all the different $5 steelbooks. So I got lucky, and all mine must have been just the damaged Best Buy returns because some of them are damaged, but they weren't damaged from being put in the Walmart dump bin. My Walmart people at least kind of knew what was going on with that and didn't crush them in the dump bin. Um, and I didn't get all of them, Tony. There's some of them that I seen Johnny got tonight that I would have loved to have gotten over some of the ones that I did get. But a lot of the ones that I got for the $5 were ones that everybody else had got at Big Lot or at Best Buy already. So, but getting them for $5 is a steal. They're just a little damaged. But some people won't even buy a damaged. Some people won't even buy a damaged one. You know, so. So I have another 4K digital code for Last Action Hero. Do we have some people interested in Last Action Hero? If you guys want to sound off in the comments there and just let me know. It's for movies anywhere, so it'll unlock on anything you want to use it for. Like it'll just work everywhere you use it. Okay. Let me get this up and share it. Okay. So We are collecting comments. This is what we're looking for. We're looking for hashtag LAH, Last Action Hero. If you type in hashtag LAH, it will automatically put you into the drawing, and we'll run that in about, I'd say 10 minutes. We'll run Last Action Hero in about 10 minutes. I can only run one at a time, but I want to thank my friend Corey Wilkie's Movies and Music. He helped me get this this entry thing set up, this giveaway, like this drawing thing. So I have to give him a shout out for sure. Let me pop this up real quick. What does it say? Wizard Wizards is still open, absolutely. I think there's 2 now and a couple of other similar ones open recently. Haven't checked them out yet. I think there's a second in Charles near Tony. Okay. Well, that's what I say. I just need to come down there and just hop around. There's a lot of places that I could probably find cool stuff at. Like I said, I loved Wizards. We got some cool statues in there. I got Tempest 2000 on the Jaguar there. I got a really cool Sega Master System game. And like I said, I know I got a couple. I could probably even tell you. I think it was Winged Planet 3D, Into the Arctic 3D, and Ron's Gone Wrong Blu-ray, and they were super cheap. I've since did other things with my Ron's Gone Wrong Blu-ray, but hey, I mean, I got it cheap enough that it didn't matter. All right, cool. We got some entries popping up. Like I said, I'll run that at 10 minutes from when I started that, which was at 45 minutes. So we got about 8 more minutes, and I'll run that. And in a few more minutes, I'll pull that back up. I'm gonna remove it for now. But like I said, anybody that wants Last Action Hero, it is a 4K code, a 4K digital code. And it will also, if you have Sony rewards, it will offer you Sony rewards points. And what I would suggest doing is, if you don't have a Sony rewards account, set up a Sony rewards account. It's free. And then you can go in there and you can start their passes. They have certain passes, and you can start their movie buff pass. So anytime you redeem 5 Sony movie codes, they give you a free movie in return. And they don't give you a free movie that you can only add to your account. They give you a free movie code. So even if they only offer movies that month that you don't like, maybe you get a code that you can offer somebody else in the community. And, it's all codes and stuff that we can all pass around and share. So, and it's just a way to get more free stuff for what we already buy. Yes, Sarah. Yes. Everyone go over and check out her collection. She does some really cool things. She has some cool stuff too. So I am going to go ahead and show some stuff off. And thank you, Sarah. Thank you. I just seen this. I'm so sorry. I just seen that. I did miss that. I enjoy your videos and channel. I appreciate it. That means a lot coming from anybody. I just do this. I just do this for fun. And just having all my friends come in here and support me, it means the world. So the second in Charles near me is hot trash now. Do not know who is managing that store, but it is a dump. It used to be really nice. I was in there a few weeks ago. Now, is it a hot dump because they don't organize it and you have to hunt for good stuff? Or is it a hot dump because everything's a mess and all of their merchandise is trashed in terms of, like, it's not good, it's not nice enough quality for us to want to buy? Or do they just have crap movies? Because I like a crap movie every once in a while, Tony. Sarah, that is an LAH, not an I. So make sure you do that again with an L and an A and an H if you want to make sure you enter that. So I'm going to show off some stuff. I know I showed off a stack in this chat that I'm in on YouTube, and I'm not going to show off the whole stack. I need to leave a few things for next week's stream. If I do one, I don't know exactly what day I'll do it, but I am wanting to do another stream next week that's just talking about recent pickups and stuff like that. But I had a haul, and the top of the stack, everybody was very excited about the top of the stack. So, and then I said, well, the rest of the stack is a stack that Tiana's gonna like, because she's always excited. she's always excited about usually these types of pickups. So the stack that I ended up getting that day included um, The Place Beyond the Pines. Now, I got this because so many people in this community kept bringing this up. I swear this movie comes up every third stream I'm in. Every third stream I'm in, this movie comes up. Anybody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this movie comes up and it's considered good. Like it comes up as a good recommended watch. Um, so I picked this up at my thrift or at my record store, my local record store here in town that I can literally walk to from my house. Like I said, I'm very, very, very fortunate to have that, and I would never knock that store. I absolutely just enjoy having that store, right? But they had this, and I thought it was kind of cool because I shared it in this group chat I'm in with a lot of other lovely people that are in this chat, and there are a lot of hardcore movie buyers like I am, and they said that this was a hard to find slipcover, and it's nice. It's in really good condition, like it's all embossed even along the side. It's embossed, so I love it when they're embossed down the spines because you just don't get that very often, but it's just embossed all over. But I had a really I was very happy to get this, and this is definitely on my watch list soon. Let's see. The Place Beyond the Pines was an interesting movie broken up into two parts. Okay, it's broken up into two parts. Okay. 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 Like I said, I don't really know much about it. I just know people talk about it and talk about how good it is. So it's a mess and needs help. I may need to go in there and organize it for them. Actually, I go into some stores and I organize their stuff for them, and then I realize I've spent 20 minutes organizing things that I'm not even gonna buy. It's like, I organized it and I don't even like anything here. What did I spend this time doing? But sometimes it's just nice to browse through some old VHS movies or, DVDs and stuff, and then it makes the store look nice, and maybe somebody else that appreciates movies finds it. Maybe it finds a home because it's organized better, is the way I look at it. Not a good shopping experience when no one working in there respects the product or the target audiences. This is true, Mom, but that's 95% of retail now. You do as somebody that's always liked to buy my physical media, would be it video games, music, movies, whatever. Um, it's been a decline in retail since pretty much 2018, and the fact that whoever's selling this stuff normally doesn't care. That's why I say I'm very fortunate to have a record store that the guy knows what he's doing. He knows what he's selling. He knows how to take care of his merchandise. He sells all the types of different merchandises I like. And then I also get to have a local retro game store that knows how to take care of stuff too. I'm taking you up on that offer, my homeboy. Okay. Oh, I see you fixed that. Fixed yourself in there, Sarah. Awesome. Awesome. I'd like you to have just as much a chance as anyone else. Is the one in Roswell. Okay, okay, okay. Roswell. Roswell. I'll have to look that up on my little maps app and stuff, but I'm assuming Roswell's not that far away, Mark. You could probably tell me. I don't have Second Charles. I don't have Hampton book. Nobody, as far as I know, Sarah, nobody has Hamilton book. They're just online. And a little a little tidbit about the whole Hamilton book thing. The first time I seen Ken make his video talking about Hamilton book, I'm like, dang it, Ken. Like, that was my secret ammunition. I had been buying from Hamilton book for about a year and a half before he made that video. I don't know, somewhere between 6 months ago. And he was like, hidden gem, hidden gem. And I'm like, I've been buying there a year and a half. That was my go-to as a frugal buyer. It's a very nice place to be. Not gonna lie about that. So with the Place in the Pines that day, I also picked up. I'll have some people laugh at me about this one, because it's not a Disney, it is a family movie, but, Nanny McPhee. Now, I got this because I have Nanny McPhee returns. I've never seen these. I hear they're fun little family magic movies, but I had Nanny McPhee returns for the longest time, and I think I just ended up getting it in a box of movies that I bought from somebody on, like, Facebook, and they just had a stack of them in there, and it's been sitting on my shelf since probably 2016, 2017, sealed with a Dollar General sticker on it, where it's like, I can't watch the sequel without watching the first one, so I did scoop this up from the record store as well, so now I can maybe check those out. I may not even like this one, so the second one still might not get opened. And then we get into some things that Tiana might like because she seems to dig the Disney stuff that I get. Um, and that is Beauty and the Beast. This might have a 4K. I don't really know. At, honestly, I'm just trying to get Disney movies for my collection for my family. That way, I get less dependent on needing the Disney app. And I can just have all the Disney movies that I want on the shelf. Plus, this had a really sweet embossed slipcover. Not embossed down the side. That's just yeah. But it was embossed all along the sleeve, and it's a nice slipcover. Um, I I can't say that Beauty and the Beast was my favorite Disney cartoon growing up, and I've never seen the live action, so I can't say I'm excited to see it. But like I said, um, people separate out their boutique labels and stuff like that, and I only separate out my Criterion. Everything else gets mixed in. My Kino Lorbers, my Scream Factories, all that just kind of gets mixed in with the rest of the collection. But I have decided to sort out my Disney mainly because when I sorted out all my Disney, it it gave me enough room in my on my other shelves with the way I separate my collection to build up my standard releases, the rest of my standard releases, by just taking all my Disney and putting it in one spot. And then I started realizing how big my Disney collection was and how much bigger I wanted it to be. So that goes into the fact that I left that record store with yet another Disney movie that day, and that's Into the Woods. And this might, again, like I said, it might have a 4K as well. I don't think it does because I think it came out right before 2016 or 2015. Yeah, it came out right before 4K format was a thing. So this might be one of those late Disney movies that just never made it over to 4K, which is fine. I'm not one to upgrade many of my Blu-rays. I'll upgrade. I, I say that, and I'm going to show one off tonight that's an upgrade. Um, I don't really upgrade many of my Blu-rays. They have to be some of my favorite movies to do so. Um, so this will be fine for me. I'll probably never need another one, but I liked it because it was nice and shiny. It had a nice shine glimmer to it. So it's a nice slip cover. So that's what so let's see there. Hit this up real quick. All right. Well, it looks like we're planning on doing a meetup. All right, let me run that drawing because I believe it's been more than 10 minutes. I'm sorry about the wait on that. Hope everybody that entered stayed in to see if they won. Obviously, you can get it. I'm not going to not give it to you for not being here. All right, but we're going to do the draw. Let me add it to stage so everybody can see us here. We're going to do our drawing. And this is for Last Action Hero. Corey, my guy. Awesome. Awesome. I don't know anybody else more deserving of it. I've got to win stuff on your channel, so it's only due time for you to win something from my channel. And I do appreciate that I'm happy that it's you, my friend. So of course I will send you that on Instagram. Let me remove that from the screen there. Okay. And I'm gonna get into another code real quick. Is there anyone here? It is not 4K. If anyone has a 4K, I wouldn't mind upgrading mine to 4K on my digital library. But I do have another Movies Anywhere code for an HD copy of Nightmare Before Christmas. Is anyone interested in me running a roll for that? Okay, let's see here. Show some more chat here. I believe that's where we're at. If I missed anybody, I am super sorry. Let's see. Hello, I just got a Hamilton book order delivered the other day. I will probably post my video sometime tomorrow of what I picked up. Awesome. I will be over there to check that out. Always love a good Hamilton book pick up. Sorry, I kind of get my words rambled when I'm not live on the internet and a little nervous. I don't have to be nervous to mix up my words. So. Saying hi to Maniac. About an hour from the house, not too bad. No, no, I've learned at least as an adult, if I wanna do things and have fun, I have to drive an hour or 2 away, and that's not too bad. Not to get some experiences in life and just have fun. Got some more highs in the chat. I don't have Hamilton book, I have Second Charles in Houston. Very cool, definitely check out definitely check out that Second Charles in Houston. I've only ever been to one, and I had a good time there, but I guess it's closed down now. Oh, yes, you're welcome, Corey. Like I said, I'll definitely get you that code, so got some more highs going on. Alright. So, I also that day, I wanted to show off the Blu-rays first, because I also got that day, um, a couple DVDs, and they're Disney DVDs, a couple of them are, um, and they're dog movies? Huh. Who would have known that the Shaggy Dog, Tim Allen, is still stuck on DVD? Now I could be very wrong. Tony, you're in the chat, I believe, sir. If you would tell me, um, I might be wrong. Um, this might have a Disney Club exclusive Blu-ray, but I couldn't find anything on it. I did not see it listed anywhere that there was. Um, so like I said, this one may be stuck on the DVD. I do believe it is stuck on DVD. That's why I went ahead and scooped it up. Plus, I mean, if it is Disney Movie Club exclusive, it'll be more expensive than what I got it for. And it's a nice DVD, white DVD case with the old snappers. There's not very many white case snappers out there, so no exclusive. Okay, cool, Tony. Thanks for the information on that. I do appreciate that because I wasn't sure. I didn't find anything on it. I didn't see anything on it. Um, yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Thanks, Kev. I appreciate that. Um, so like I said, I do try to get the Disney like I'll get Disney DVDs as exclusives and I'll get DVDs that only have DVDs. I try not to buy DVDs anymore if they have a Blu-ray at the very least. Like I said, I'm not like a snob where it's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna watch a Blu-ray because there's a 4K." And I'm not even like that with DVD. It's just I don't wanna spend my money on a DVD if I know there's a Blu-ray that may even come with a DVD already in it. So, and I've been having a little bit of bad luck with some DVDs going bad, like with disc rot and stuff. So, and like I said, I also just wanted to say again, if anybody wants I'm going to wait, is it not gonna work? Oh, I gotta choose a destination. I am going to run this. If anybody that is for Nightmare Before Christmas digital code for Movies Anywhere. It will also give you Disney movie reward points if you like. I have to figure out, can I make myself big? Okay. But that's going on, like I said. Well, so then another one that I left out of there with. Now, see, that's what I like about my record store is he pretty much just prices everything at what it is. Like format wise, like Blu-rays are either $6.99 or $9.99, and DVDs are pretty much 5. And I got this one, and it's called The Biscuit Eater. I asked my mom about this one because it's a movie from the 70s, I believe. I believe it was. I believe I looked it up, and it was like 1978 or something like that. There's not even a date on the box, but it's like a dog movie from the 70s. I believe my mom said she hadn't even heard of it. This does not have a DVD, or this does not have a Blu-ray. And what's cool is this is sealed. That's what I say. So he just marks everything. He puts them on his spine. It kind of stinks with the slipcovers sometimes, because if it's on the slipcovers, it has been known to peel off some of the slipcover, and I do not like that. But yeah, so he sells them for 5. And when I went to go look this up on Amazon, it's listed at like $23.94 or something like that. So I got it for about $20 off. And I mean, it's an official Walt Disney Pictures Presents, and it's Disney DVD and whatever. I'm assuming it's just one of those coming of age Disney movies that just wasn't super popular and just didn't take off for them in the 70s like other ones may have. So I was very excited to find it. Like I said, I left there and I was like, okay, well, I got a few Blu-rays, and then I even got a few DVDs that don't have Blu-rays. So, and then I left there with another DVD. And I collect these in a way if I kind of come across them. And he just charged the $5 for it like he did every other DVD. Um, but I am kind of trying to secure maybe not all of them, but anyone I come across, I'll grab. This is my 5th one, I believe, and they're the mini DVDs. And the reason why I believe they weren't very popular is because any and all full movies needed 2 mini discs. You could only get 2. You could only get a full movie if you got 2 mini discs. But what I did like about these was that the discs had little artwork on them, and on the back they left a nice little cutout. I'm trying to get that in there just right. They leave a nice little cutout so you can kind of make your own little cover art in the back, on the back of the case. As long as you put the disc in, kind of upside down in a way. But I thought that was neat. You can kind of change that around. That's just something that I like. But the mini disc DVDs, he had that in there, and I looked this up, and this only has this and a snapper case DVD. So there's no Blu-ray. There's no Blu-ray of it at all. So I have to get up and change the movie halfway through. But the alternative is a snapper case DVD, and I may come across it, and I would have it at the same time in the collection because, like I said, the mini DVDs something a little different, a little bit of a different set to go for and collect for. Yeah, see, Tony gets me. Tony gets it. That it's cool little artwork, nice little extra, a nice little extra for the mini DVD format. DVD only for Biscuit. Yep, that's what I was thinking. Never heard of it either. Yeah, as I say, I tried to ask 70s kids and they had never heard of it. So I'm assuming it just wasn't very popular. But it's one of those ones that if you want it, you're paying good money for it. So I was very happy to find it for that on my quest to getting as many of the Disney movies as I can get. I'm missing so many. I just checked my Facebook memories and we were hanging out today 6 years ago. That's awesome. Some of my favorite Facebook memories have you in them, my guy. That is a new one on this old lady. Oh, the biscuit. So see, Biscuit Eater is new for everybody. I might have to watch that and see what it's all about. I might be wrong, but it may not even be on Disney Plus, which is kind of odd because I thought Disney said everything was going to be on Disney Plus on the Disney Movie Club site. Yeah, see, I don't even know what the kind of stock they have on Disney Movie Club to even know if because I would pretty much at this point I would I would scrounge for crumbs. I'm not even joking. I would scrounge for crumbs, Tony. I know there's a few DVDs that are yellow, that are the yellow border, yellow banner, whatever we want to call them, yellow banner, I guess. Um, but like I said, I don't even know what's in stock. And last I seen, they were still selling the Apple Dumpling Gang on Blu-ray, which is awesome because I have the double DVD for that. But I wouldn't mind having the Blu-ray. There's so many things I just don't know about, and I find out about it, and it's so close to being done. If anybody is out there listening and can shoot me a text on any of the stock that's left on the Disney Movie Club of what is able to be ordered and can maybe help me out with that, shoot me a message on Instagram. Maybe I can work a little something out to get a few of those that I need. Oh my goodness. No way, Johnny. Wait, for real? You talking about see, I think I have it. Sorry, I keep my mini DVDs on hand. You talking about this one? Because if so, that's crazy. I might have to sell these mini DVDs. They've gotten to the point where they're worth enough to get a couple good steel books. They might have to go. But that would, like I said, that was what was cool because Scooby Doo 2 is like that too. Yeah, like I said, I keep my mini DVDs kind of close because they're just kind of shoved off hanging off onto the side. There's no real easy place to put them in except for in a place by themselves. Funny thing is so many of the mini DVDs were Scooby Doo things. It's odd. This one's actually still sealed even. I still have the tape on it. No plastic, but it still has the tape on it. I and I think they were thrift shop gets, to be honest. But the mini DVDs are just cool. They used to sell mini DVD players in the mid thousands. That was something that I always wanted. Um that was something that I always wanted, was one of those mini DVD players because, like I said, I was of the generation where we would sit in the back seat and we had our little Game Boys that didn't have backlights on them. So one of those mini DVD players would have been killer for car rides and stuff. Uh, but they were here and gone so quick. Yeah, I have Snapcase movies too. I don't mind them. People used to hate them back in the day. You're a 70s kid. Never heard of it either. Yeah. Yeah, as I say, some of the weirdest things you stumble across just looking for a particular label, even, or company or whatever. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Like I said, if anybody wants to kind of help me out with that a little bit, I don't know what I can really afford to grab, but for $10 at a couple of them, it might be the last chance I get to get a few of them. So, and honestly, Tony, even at this point, for real, if you want to in exchange, I might actually be down for that. Whatever happened to UMD? Nothing, my guy. They're all back here on my shelf. No. UMD, man, UMD was such a good idea that Sony didn't execute properly. If I really feel like UMD would have done better if they would have made it a standalone player that you could hook up to your TV, where it could have been like, here's your movies, and you can take them on the go with your PSP, but they never moved past the PSP platform. I know nothing of mini DVD. No, they do not need their own player. If you have like a 4K player, that has a disk drive that ejects out, Dell. Like I know my Sony one does. If you look in the tray, it has a little inner circle. You sit your mini DVDs on that inner circle, and every DVD player can read them just as if they were regular DVDs. It's just that they made their own like little portable mini DVD players for kids to like take in the backseat of cars and stuff like that. Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. I had seen some people on Facebook sharing that they were picking up their last orders, and everybody's last order seemed to be including the Apple Dumpling Gang. So that's why I was like, well, that's one that, I mean, I have it on DVD, but this might be the last opportunity I get to get a Blu-ray of it. So I got 2 entries for Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm gonna give it about 1 more minute, and I'm gonna run that. So if anybody wants in on Nightmare Before Christmas digital code, let me know. Like I said, it's good for Disney Movie Club as well. Um, while we're also in here, I'm gonna show off something. If you pay any attention to my Instagram, you already know I have it. But this it has been one of the best 3D movies I've seen in a long time. I picked this up. It showed up a couple weeks ago when I did my last something blue stream. When I did my last haul stream, this was this was a part of the order of the last haul, but it didn't show up until the Sunday after I did it. So I've had it for about 2 weeks. And like I said, I opened stuff up when I'm ready to watch it. I was ready to watch this the day it showed up in the mail. It showed up in the mail, and I turned right around and watched it only because everybody on the internet was talking about how this was one of the best 3D movies out there. And when I was buying 3D Blu-rays when they were the first when they were still like the main format, I remember the only way to get this was with Shark Boy and Lava Girl, or I think that's or Shark Girl and Lava Boy. I think it's Shark Boy and Lava Girl, and it was a double pack 3D Blu-ray. One, I don't like double packs like that. I've gotten past that now that Tony, Mr. Basement Blues, introduced me to an app that actually keeps track of multi-pack movies. So now I mess with those. Uh, but even then, I would have messed with it, but I could never find it. And this is actually a Norwegian? No, I am so sorry. Uh, Netherlands. This is a Netherlands import. I am so sorry. I do not want to offend anybody by saying the wrong country. Um, so like I said, and like I said, it makes after I watch this, I want to go back and watch. I'm gonna go ahead and run that. I went ahead. I want to watch Avatar again because I feel like this gives Avatar a run for its money. All right, Sarah. Sarah won Nightmare Before Christmas, so we'll put that one back as well for you. Um, this so far, now right there, yeah, about 210 3D movies. According to the app that I use now, because all my stuff's in my collection, like in here, you have about 210. My app says I have 209 barcodes and 226 movies because I guess I have a few packs. I don't really know, not really sure how that's adding to that, but I'm pretty much gonna say I think me and you have about the same amount, uh, Kevin. So, but like I said, this was one that I was super excited for. And quick side note: if you're a 3D watcher and you use a PS3 for your main player, this does not work in it. This just gave me so many problems. It kept telling me I need it to be on a 3D Blu-ray player. I went and I grabbed my Sony X700 4K player, which also plays 3D discs, and it had no problems. It just played it. No problem at all. So if you do import this, which it's available on Amazon, it's about 25 bucks. But like I said, this might be better than Avatar in terms of the 3D effects. And I know that's really saying something. I'm gonna go back and do a double feature of Avatar 1 and 2 on 3D very, very soon. But this literally from the moment it started, it was just things were coming all the way up to the face and all the way off the screen. You could tell that this was like they purposely knew that they were filming this in 3D, and that's okay. It works very well for this movie, and it was a fun time. A lot of people don't like Spy Kids 3 all that much. I think most people that do like the Spy Kids movie pretty much are like 1, 3, 2, and they can pretty much watch Spy Kids 1 and leave the rest. But this makes me like the movie better, if that says anything. Let's see. I have another digital code. If anybody's interested, I'm gonna go ahead and put it up here right now. It's for scary stories to tell in the dark, and it is another high def HD code. And we're gonna do hashtag scary. If you do hashtag scary, that lets me that lets it know that you want in for that for scary stories to tell in the dark. Tony willing and dealing tonight. Hey, every chance we get, we all be willing and dealing. $10 for yeah. See, that's why I say if that's $10 on there, and there's even just 2 other ones for $10, yeah, it seems like it'd be worth it for me to spend about $40 and get 2 or 3 of them that are probably going to be about 40 a piece once they hit eBay, because they're the ones that are just hanging out last that nobody even cared to have, and they'll be expensive too. Yeah, like I said, if you want to get that, it's on Amazon right now, listed for I think it's $23.95 or something like that. All Disney movies. I have 3 gold banners of the gold Disney. Yeah, the gold banners are nice to get. At least the dialogue is better in Spy Kids 3 is better than Avatar. I said what I said. Hey, the dialogue in Spy Kids 3 ain't that bad, honestly. Because by the time the kids are, by that point, the kids have already been in 2 other movies. They've gotten a little better with their line delivery, and all the adult actors that are in all those movies are all adult actors from any other Robert Rodriguez movies. So you get people like Antonio Banderas and Selma Hayek and Machete. I'm totally spacing Danny Trejo. You get great actors in those movies as if it was from Dusk Till Dawn or something. So that's what I always dug about it. And and to me, I feel like the Spy Kids trilogy in general is kind of slept on. Me and my wife went through and we watched all of them kind of back to back to back because I knew that one was coming, and I just kind of wanted to watch them. I kind of do that with franchises where if I know I'm buying like the newest one, I just want to kind of try to watch them through and check them out. And so we went ahead and started watching them and everything. And honestly, so the first one was his first kids movie. He did something different with every movie. The first Spy Kids movie was Robert Rodriguez's first PG movie, like first kids movie, first like family friendly movie. That's what he did that was different for him. Well, then when he was in post production of that movie and the mastering and the editing, he did the mastering and the editing of the first Spy Kids movie at Skywalker Ranch. And he was introduced to high definition cameras from George Lucas, because George Lucas had just used them for Star Wars: The Phantom Menace, and that was the whole big hoopla. So then when you're watching Spy Kids 2, it looks really good, and it almost looks like he was thinking about trying to do 3D effects, but 3D wasn't quite there. But I don't even know if it's the fact that he was trying to use 3D effects as much as it just looked so much better than the first one because it was a high definition, like filmed in high definition, with digital cameras. And then he turns right around and does the third Spy Kids movie in all 3D. And what's crazy about it, to bring me back to the point and wrap up the whole, what I find interesting is that those movies were released in 2001, 2002, 2003. So he was filming three different movies in 3 years back to back to back with three different camera technologies. And when you think about it in that way, he made three badass movies three different ways. Like, I got to give it up to Robert Rodriguez on that alone. That's just me giving some props. So I have a few entries in scary movies to tell in the dark. I'll give that another minute or so. Let me show off a couple games. Well, yeah, I'll show off a game that I got because I like to get games as well. A couple weeks ago, I've been holding off on this one because I got it right before I did my last stream, and I just didn't get around to showing it off. So I've been waiting a little bit. But I think after tonight, after I show it to everybody here, I'm gonna bust it open and start playing it. But this is the new hot thing for the PlayStation 5 right now. Stellar Blade. It got a lot of controversy because they sexualized the character or something like that, I guess. I don't know. The game looked cool to me and looked like she was going to be tearing stuff up. That's what I want to play it for. But this is the new big right now PlayStation 5 like exclusive big hot topic game. So I might actually, like I said, it's sealed. I might bust this bad boy out of shrink wrap tonight after I get off the stream, and well, I might not get to check it out. Sometimes games have 100 GB updates, and you don't get to play them when you first open them. But I'm thinking about going ahead and checking this bad boy out tonight because this is supposed to be a lot of fun. It looked really awesome. Reminded me of like a new age Bayonetta. And I'm not really sure why people are we're so like worried about the like sexual themes and whatnot. It's rated mature for a reason. Look, I mean, it says right there on it, suggestive themes. I mean, what did you expect you were getting out of a mature rated game with suggestive themes? So, pretty excited to check that one out though. All right, we're gonna run that scary movies to tell in the dark. Nice. All right. Mark, you got scary stories to tell in the dark, my guy. I will send that one to you. That was Corey. Mark. I'm trying to remember everybody. I'm trying my best not to forget anybody on that. Let's remove that from the screen real quick here. And let's see. What else do I got? Is anybody missing John Wick Chapter 2 in their digital collection? I have a 4K code for John Wick Chapter 2 if anybody would be interested in adding that to their, I believe it'd be Voodoo or iTunes because it's Lionsgate. So I'm gonna go. Like that. Start clicking and add. Okay. So if anybody's interested in getting John Wick 2, we're just doing hashtag JWick2. And that is a 4K code. I'm pretty sure everybody has it. I'm pretty sure everybody has John Wick 2, but if you don't, now is your chance to get it. Oh, and my game, I did not get it from GameStop. I actually got it from my local retro store. So that's just showing you right there. I don't necessarily think that I'm into the whole GameStop's going to do great for movies, but you will know this. I will be one of the first people in my GameStop looking to see if they got movies. If they say they're carrying movies in store, I'll be at my store checking to make sure that mine is, or to see if it isn't. So while we're waiting to collect those, I'm gonna show off another one that recently got added to the collection. Of course, if you follow me on Instagram, you already seen this. Uh, but my wife wanted to grab this one. She loved the movie, and I had never seen it before getting this one. And this was one of her favorites. And that is the Criterion release of Thelma and Louise. And no, but I don't recall. Maybe I just did a bad job of watching people's unboxing videos. But until I opened this up out of the Amazon package, I actually had no idea that this thing was a digibook. I thought that this was just your clear cased, like your clear case Criterion. And it is like a nice digipack out, just loaded to the gills with special features and bonus discs. And I'm gonna tell you what, like I I've seen a lot of movies. I've seen a lot of movies. I'm not sure how I missed this one. This movie is, in every sense of the fashion, a must-watch classic. Much watch classic. The only reason I gave this a half a star less than 5, I gave it 4.5. Yes. Yes, it does, Johnny. This 4K looked fucking amazing and sounded great too. Um, the only reason I gave it a 4.5 out of 5, this is a Ridley Scott film. I haven't seen a lot of his movies, but I've just accidentally been collecting a lot of his movies here recently, so I will be giving more of his stuff a watch. And the only reason I had to give Thelma and Louise 4.5 out of 5 is because as a man, um, it just upset me a little bit that there didn't seem to be a decent one in the entire movie. But the movie's a masterpiece and it's great. And it's sad that it can still make a statement today. The movie's 30 years old and it can still make a statement like nothing's changed. But that's the magic of movies. They as long as companies don't come in here and edit them and change them up on us, the art stays forever and the feeling lasts forever. I'll be watching this one again for sure, for sure. Um, but I was very happy to add this to my Criterion collection, and like I said, I give my wife full props on that because she had seen it before and I hadn't, and I feel like she has good taste in movies. So we got a couple people that's put in for John Wick. Um, it is a great movie. Yes, Holland. I totally agree. It's a fantastic movie. Like I said, I don't know how I went so long without seeing it. I got that one, so I haven't watched it though. You should most definitely watch it. As with most Criterions, they gave the movie the utmost respect. Yep. I'm stingy with 5 stars too. Um, but this is about as close as it gets to 5 stars without being a 5 star to me. I might be wrong about that, but this is as close as it gets without I just can't give it that 5. If you look on my letterbox, you see what 5s I give. You might question why I didn't give Thelma and Louise a 5, but let's just say one of my 5s is not considered a great movie, but I just have a good time with it. Holds up very well. Okay, so I got John Wick 2, 4K. We're gonna go ahead and run that. If anybody else wants in on it, like that. Okay, let's see what we got. Mark's sitting there like, come on, I can win one. Ah, all right. Want another one, Mark? All right. So we got two for Mark, two for Sarah tonight, and one for Corey. Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm just kind of looking through here to see if I have any other ones. Is anyone interested? I want to get rid of this one myself, anyways. And I believe it's still good. It does say expired, but I'm willing to give it. It's a Paramount movie, so it may not be expired. Um, is anybody interested in Star Trek Beyond? It is just a HD code, but it is a Paramount and it works with iTunes and Ultraviolet, so I would assume that that would be Voodoo at this point. I would like to I would like the Criterion. Tell me the reason. It's a good one to have, Sarah. Definitely hit that Criterion sale up in June. Or no, not June. I'm sorry, July. In June, ask for gift cards for Barnes and Noble. I got two in my collection now. Two. Two digital movies in your collection. Yeah. Hey, you gotta start somewhere. I started mine by just redeeming my digital. Like I started my Voodoo collection to redeem my digital Dark Knight trilogy in like 2012 or something like that, and then I got some free movies through like a Flickr thing uh on Facebook back in the day, and they gave me like standard definition codes that are still on my account as standard definition movies. But hey, I mean, they're watchable for the most part. Right. So we're gonna do this one now. We're gonna do Star Trek Beyond. If you want to enter Star Trek Beyond, do hashtag Beyond, and that will get you entered for it. You know, same thing it's been doing tonight. Seems to be working pretty good. I gotta thank my buddy Corey again for helping me out with getting that set up because I was not very privy to it. I only have 6,827 movies on my Voodoo account. See, Mom, I told you that we had what they called a small account. There's a lot of people that have quite a bit like that. I've started noticing. I started digging around on some different Facebook pages and stuff, and found out there's many people in the thousands of digital movies. I have a few hundred, but that, like I said, that's just kind of redeeming ones from 10 years of 12 years of redeeming codes now. So if you've seen my short, you know that probably the newest thing to show up at my door came out this past Tuesday. And that was this wonderful, wonderful Killer Clowns from Outer Space steelbook. This is the one where I say, hey, I don't really upgrade my Blu-rays to 4K very often, but this is just one of them movies. I mean, obviously, I have the poster back here. I have the Blu-ray right there. I like this movie. It's a lot of fun, and it's a really nice steelbook. I haven't opened it yet. I kind of plan on um opening this up. You know, like I said, I open up stuff when I go to actually watch it. I plan on opening this up and watching this 4K with my son for the first time. It's a movie that I've seen so many times over the years that I enjoy. Um, and I'd like to share it with him. I'd like to share the experience with him. So it'll be like a first time 4K watch for me, so I can sit there and judge how good it looks and everything. And it'll be a first time watch for him, so he can just sit there and judge whether or not it's a good movie. So maybe me and him will get together and have a conversation on that. I'm not gonna put him in a corner or anything like that, or um, say that he will or that he has to. But that might be a fun topic, conversation of topic, a topic of conversation. Sorry, I get my words twisted up sometimes. But this has all kinds of cool stuff on it. Definitely better than my Blu-ray I upgraded from. I was never lucky enough to have the Arrow. I didn't know who Arrow was when they did Killer Clowns. Um, like I said, again, I just wanted to let anybody know if they want in on this. We are doing a live running for Star Trek Beyond right now. Hashtag Beyond gets you in the running for it. Corey, I know so very little, so always happy to help if there is something I do know about. Yeah, but that's what's so great about all of the people that I've got to meet in this community is no one ever does anything that they're not willing to show how they do it, you know? Like if I go into anybody's channel like yours, Corey, I'm like, oh, that's cool. How did you do that? Nobody has a problem being like, well, this is how I do it. This is, you know, this is everybody's very helpful and forthcoming with that kind of thing. So very nice, very nice. See, if I wouldn't have collected video games hardcore for about 8 years and just done movies instead, I might be about right in there. I think I'm at about, let's just say I'm about 2,000 maybe barcodes. It says, which I do got some sets and stuff. So let's just say about 2,000 barcodes, maybe about 2,300 different movies. But I also have lots and lots and lots of video games, and there's a number to go on that, but not a number that many people would probably believe. So there's no point in even saying it. Just to be honest, I might be watching Killer Clowns yet tonight. You you should, Corey. I recommend it. It's a fun time. Like Johnny was saying earlier, it's a funny movie. It's not really a scary movie. It's one of those if you have like a 10 or 12-year-old that hasn't watched a whole lot of horror movies, it's a good introduction horror movie. Kind of like one that I watched last night called Monster Squad. Eh, that's a really good like introduction horror movie too for young people. Well, I do have to add about 40 or so to that total from Kino Order and Hamilton Book Order. Nice, nice. So close to getting that Arrow Clowns, and then they announced the 4K. I know, right? I tiptoed around it forever. And then, like, I'm not trying to be ungrateful or anything, but I had a hard time getting the Steelbook, and then I go to my Walmart, and they have it in stock 2 days early. They had it in stock 2 days early before release date, and I had a hard time getting it and was able to finally finagle my way into a pre-order from Amazon, and Amazon showed up a day after release. And if I wouldn't have pre-ordered it, it wouldn't have been at Walmart at all. It just seems to be that's the way the belly of the beast works in that fashion. And they have a spot for the Crow in my Walmart, but it's empty. And that was one that I missed out on. So I'm kind of trying to keep my fingers crossed that maybe, just maybe, I'll get the Crow out of the deal still. You know, like maybe the Crow still show up, and then I won't feel too upset about the Killer Clowns thing. That's the community. Yeah, yeah, good people, good people. I actually don't remember watching Killer Clowns. Maybe I just forgot about watching it. It can be one that can be forgotten about if you've only ever seen it like one time, but it's fun. They make people smoothies out of cotton candy. All right, so I'm assuming that nobody's really interested in Star Trek Beyond. Um, Let me add that up one more time just in case. Um, Nice. Well, you should definitely check it out. Like I said, it's a fun time. It's a fun ride. Okay. Let's see. Oh, sorry, guys. Just trying to check my messages and stuff. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I got some messages and stuff I was checking. If you're in my chat right now on this live and you've messaged me on Instagram and I haven't gotten back to you, they are notifications on my phone, and I will get back to everybody as soon as I get out of here. Okay. We got a couple for Beyond, I see. Okay. Um, I think that okay. We're gonna go ahead and run that Beyond real quick. We might be building up some digital collections tonight. Nice. All right. So I got another one. I believe I got that. Oh, cool. Cool. I love being able to share the love. Just the love of movies and, being able to share things with people. It's one of my favorite things to do. Okay. Um, so I only have a couple more things to kind of show off. I'm gonna leave a few things uh, for my next haul stream, just because I might run out of things to show off. um, and these things are pretty much they're new release things, so they're things that are kind of in the now. Um, so this came out last week, and I just kind of forgot about it coming out. And my local retro game store, they do pre-orders and stuff on new release games now too. And I pre-ordered it there and paid it off, and I pre-ordered it and paid it off because I knew I'd forget about it, and I totally did. uh, but I got Endless Ocean Luminous for the Switch, and uh, this is probably one of them games that isn't for most people, and if it is for most people, it's not for the people that you would think it's for. This is, if you read the back of it, it says a sea of discovery awaits. Basically, it's just a single player game that you go online and you deep sea dive and you explore the ocean and you look at fish and different ocean life. But you can go in there and hang out with your friends and do deep sea water dives and stuff. So, I like to show a few games every once in a while. And then the last movie, yes, Endless Ocean is so relaxing, so chill. That's why I want to get it. Because I don't think it's gonna sell very well because I don't think there's a big audience for it. Um, and the Wii games, they made 2 of them. They made 2 Endless Ocean games on the Wii, and they're not, like, super expensive or hard to find or anything. But there's, like, this thing, as a video game collector, I've learned it's called the Switch effect, and that is franchises that don't even really sell really well for the Switch, and it's probably because it's, like, one of Nintendo's best-selling consoles. Um And if they didn't expect the game to sell very much, there's not gonna be a lot of copies of it. But there's certain people that just buy games for the Switch because they're Switch games. So that might be one that gets hard to find. And and I like to have a relaxing game every once in a while to go to, so I didn't want it to be stressful to try to find it in the first place. So, I've been waiting, like, forever on Killer Clowns. I know, right? I knew it was gonna come to 4K sooner or later. Like I said, I really want to go all out and get the alternate slipcovers and the posters and all that, but I'm running out of room for posters, and I really don't need 2 copies of the same movie on the same format. I gotta make sure I try my best not to I try my best to make sure I don't fall into that. I'm trying my best not to fall into that loop because at this point, I'm just happy and thankful enough that I get to have just 1 copy of a movie. So, um, but I'm gonna end this haul and everything with well, I thought it was the last new release that I bought because I had paid for my Killer Clowns ahead of time, I pre-ordered it. Technically, Killer Clowns is my newest release, but this is my newest in-store pickup. Um, every time Disney releases steelbooks, I wanna get all of them. Um, the first time I got 1, and I only got the 1 because I knew it would be a one and done buy, and I just was trying to not put myself in a predicament where I was like, "Okay," like, so I didn't get so s anybody that's watched my last one knows that I got WandaVision, um, as my Disney steelbook from the last set. I didn't get Mandalorian because I knew that there were more seasons of Mandalorian, and I didn't wanna put myself into this point where I knew I'd be wanting to finish out the set, so I'd be knowing I'd be spending 45 more dollars. Um, so I just got WandaVision because it's a one and done. It's a mini series, one and done, complete. There you go, move on. So I skipped out on Mandalorian and I skipped out on Loki season 1 because I figured at some point they'll do season 2. So in this next setup, I basically did the same thing and I went with 1 steelbook and I went with Obi-Wan Kenobi. I went with this one because 1, I mean, who doesn't love Vader? I mean, if you like Star Wars and you don't like Vader, I mean, you don't like Star Wars. Um, I did not see this on Disney. I did not load up Disney and watch it. I've not seen this. This was a total blind buy. But it says complete series. I know they're not making a season 2 of it. This is the show that Disney almost got in trouble for because there were rumors that they were gonna do a season 2 of it because it had done so good, and one of the award shows came out and said, "Hey, now, you got the award based on that you were that this was a mini series." So, um, so, that's why I wanted to get it, so that way I don't feel pressured into needing to get a 2nd steelbook or a 3rd steelbook or a 4th. Like I said, I want all the Disney steelbooks, but that's just not gonna be something that I'm gonna be able to afford to do. Um So I'm just gonna pick and choose and get my favorites, and I love Darth Vader. Um, Ian McGregor is he does such a good job playing Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm not gonna lie, I think he's the best thing to come out of the prequel trilogy. Um, he is my favorite thing to come out of the prequel trilogy, him and pod racers, because I love the pod racers. Um, those are my favorite things, and I love Darth Maul too, don't get me wrong, Darth Maul is one of my favorite Siths, but Obi-Wan Kenobi was dope. It was good, just look who's in it. Yeah, 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 so I say, like, they did so good. They did so good. Um, I haven't watched Andor, but I purchased it. Yeah, see, I wanted to get the Andor as well, um, but, but I know that there's gonna be a season 2 of Andor, and like I said, I'm just trying not to set myself up for I get into a habitual thing where it's like, well, I started the collection, I need to finish the collection, and I know that that's something that a lot of us kinda get into. And I'm trying my best to stay away from that mentality the best that I can because it's very easy to for me to get into. Um, but I'd love to have them all. Yeah. Obi-Wan Kenobi was freaking awesome. Yeah. Like I said, I could watch it on Disney and never open this steelbook, but I'm not going to. I'm going to open this bad boy up. I might even take it over to my dad's house and watch it with him because Disney does the password crackdown sharing stuff, so we can't really stream it over at his house. So, and this has some really cool never before seen features too that I'm noticing on here. Like I said, this is a pretty good get. I'm not gonna cry about that. I have been seriously holding off on getting the Disney Plus series still books. Looks like it's time to start picking them up now. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna get really any more. I'd love to get the Loki ones and the Mandalorian ones, but man, $45 is quite a bit. Like I said, I'm not gonna lie, we got to the register and it rung up, and my wife was like, $45. And I said, well, it is a series. It's like a TV show. It's not just like a one single movie. Because if it was a one single movie, I wouldn't have spent like $45 on it. But with it being with it being a full series and that kind of thing, we've always been big TV show buyers. So we know that TV shows cost money, especially if you buy them individual seasons or even individual series, like full series. They're always a little more premium. But we like having TV shows. All four of the new ones because Disney Movie Club with purchasing one at full price. Now, see that's pretty awesome. That's why I say Disney Movie Club came and went before I really knew what it was. I mean, I know it'd been around for a long time, but when I first remember Disney Movie Club being around, I was real heavy into 3D Blu-rays and everything. And financially, I was young with a kid and didn't think that it would be smart to set myself up to have Disney auto draw money from my account if I had forgot about it or if I just didn't have the funds to buy something every 3 months. So I just never put myself up for that. And now I'm kind of kicking myself in the ass because if I would have just done that, I could have had like all the Disney stuff that I wanted. But yeah, Andor. I heard Andor was good. Like I said, I have Disney Plus. I should definitely check out some of these shows. But I just wanted to blind buy this Obi-Wan Kenobi one because I don't know, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I like Star Wars, obviously. You can see Star Wars things all throughout my background when I don't have posters and stuff back there. It's so hard once you start a series, I have to get them all. Exactly. Exactly. That's why I'm sticking with if it says the complete series, I'm gonna try to stick to that when it comes to these steel books, just so I don't put myself into it. Can't I just can't afford my sanity that way. So true. So true. And it's been a long day for me. So words get a little tangled up. I mean, my words get tangled up when I'm not tired. Yeah, the first time I was signed up with DMC, I had several shipped to me because I forgot. But the second time, I made sure to reply back. Yeah, yeah. See, I wasn't really sure what it was all about, and like I said, when I first started trying to do all that stuff, I was looking into it. It was about 2013, 2014, and me and my wife were a new young couple out in the world making it on our own, and I had already had a kid, so we were already putting ourselves into a predicament, and I wasn't putting myself into a predicament of Disney taking money from me every 3 months. I just wasn't. But that was before like streaming services, and you got used to things being pulled out of your accounts all the time, and we live in a completely different world now. And then um I kind of just forgot about the Disney Movie Club until I found this movie community and everybody started talking about Disney Movie Club. And then by the time I decided, hey, I might want to do some of the Disney Movie Club, it was just pretty much too late already. So whatever, you win some, you lose some. Luckily enough, I've had some really good friends like Tony, Basement Blues, that helped me secure some of those for my collection. And Kevin here has said that he would help me out as well. So like I've gotten some really good friends to help me out with it. Raised by a Star Wars tribe. I sure was. If I recall correctly, I stood in line for 12 hours with you in the hot sun so we could buy first run tickets for the first showings of the Phantom Menace at IMAX. That was a lot of fun. And I remember we stood in line that whole time, and that it was so crazy. People were buying so many tickets for showings in a row that even though we were there that early at night or that early in the day the next day, um, we weren't able to get seats. The first showing we were able to get was like 5:45 or something like that in the morning. Um, so I remember doing that, but I think I've actually seen every Star Wars movie in the theater because before Episode 1 come out, my parents took me to see all the original trilogy when they were re-released in the theater. So I've got to see all the Star Wars movies in the theater, and that's pretty cool because not a lot of people get to say that. It sure was hot in that line. I bet you remember that almost like it was yesterday. Because even as little as I was, I still have pretty vague memory of it myself. I've been watching horror movies when I started to collect at 19 years old, 41. Nice. Yeah, I like horror movies. Horror movies are fun. I'm getting 4K release The Crow by Amazon. I ordered it. I want Killer Clowns. I still need the movie. Well, definitely Walmarts seem to be having a lot of the Killer Clowns. My Walmart had like 6 or 8 copies of the Killer Clowns Steelbook. So definitely check out your Walmart for Killer Clowns. It may just be there. Um, to my surprise, it was. Yeah, yeah. We had lawn chairs and the whole works. It was a hot day. But Star Wars fans will do just about anything for a good showing. I'm upset that there's no theaters around me doing the re-releases of them for all the anniversaries that they were doing this month. I don't have any theaters that were doing that. But even still, my biggest upset with probably Star Wars in general is when Lucas sold it to Disney and Disney canceled all the 3Ds. We went and seen The Phantom Menace in 3D, and it was so awesome. So awesome. And they had release dates already lined up for Star Wars Episode 2 and 3. And 1 did really good. Like, in the theater, it did a really good theater run in 3D. And George Lucas had said, "Hey, 2 and 3 are already done. I'm working on 4, and I will get to finish 4. I will get to finish 4, 5, and 6 if all 3 of them do well." And 1 was doing really good. And then Disney bought Lucasfilms and canceled the work on the 3D conversion, the rest of the 3D conversions of 2, 3, and 4, and they never started on 5 and 6. And it's kind of a shame because Episode 1 looked awesome in 3D, and there's not even a bootleg copy to download from the internet to watch it. Like, it's one of those, if you didn't see it in the theater, you'll just never get a chance to see it. And that sucks. And now they wanna take our movies away so we can't even we can't even watch them at home anymore. So it seems. $1.50 second run. Yeah, but we still have pretty cheap theaters around here. They increased the prices around here, and they're still cheaper than most places, so I'm not gonna really cry about that. Our tickets for evening are only $6.50 for any and all ages, so and they don't do 3D anymore, but if they do, they're $1 more. But we haven't had a 3D run in our theater since The Lion King live action in 2019, I believe that was, yeah, 2019. So it's been almost 5 years this summer. It'll be 5 years since my local theater had a run, and then we went over a couple towns over, I think, after that, and went and watched Kong, King of Monsters, and that was the last time I seen anything sort of local in 3D. They don't really do them anymore. That's why I like having them at home. I was in my Walmart the other day, and they didn't have that one, but had The Gate, First Blood, Rambo, Last Blood, and The Lair of the White Worm. Yeah, why Walmart ended up getting all those. That's why I was so upset because it's like My Walmart finally got all the stuff, because they had all that, and they had the Major League Steelbook, and I really wanted that Major League Steelbook, with the magnets on it, but funds don't look like they're gonna be fine for a while. I'm putting some of those things on my birthday list, though, because there's some good ones there. I mean, I don't care about the Rambos personally, but I mean, I have the Gate already, but that layer of White Worm Steelbook just to have the movie. Because like I said, I don't really buy a Steelbook for a movie I already have on slipcover because I just want at least a copy of each movie is kind of where I'm at with that. Um, and I already have like little monsters on the slipcover and the Gate slipcover and that kind of thing. I just not I'm just not one to get the same movie on a whole bunch of different editions and stuff. I'd much rather if I am upgrading a movie, even if I'm upgrading like a DVD straight to 4K, I always uh I always give my old copies to my son anyways, if he's interested in it. And if he's not, then they go to a pile. Um and I kind of uptrade at the pawn shop a little bit and get some older stuff to kind of mix in with my accountant stuff. So let's see. I'm gonna run through these last comments real quick, and then we're gonna get on out of here. I knew it would not bode well when Disney sucked up Star Wars. I know. Force Unleashed was so good, and the 3D for Force Unleashed was really good. At least Disney kept doing 3Ds with their new ones, with their new Star Wars. So at least we had that. But you're right; they haven't done great with Star Wars. I pre-ordered it on day one, yeah, and got it day one. Well, a few days late. Yeah, order it day one and get it a few days late. That's what I hate about it sometimes. You can't win for losing sometimes, you know? Good night, Tony. Good night, Tony, and enjoy your evening, my friend. Thank you for popping in here, and thank you for always just you know offering your help with anything that I'm looking for. You're you've been a great asset to the Bluetooth community just in general, and anybody that doesn't think so, they must just be a bad person who had a bad outlook or something, or had a bad outing with you, and it had to be all them. That's all I can say about that because you've been nothing but a really good friend to me. We got a couple other good nights in here. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. I've been going about 2 hours. I don't really want to take up any more of anybody's time tonight on a Friday night. Um, I might be able to come back and do this again next Friday. I have an out of town job I have to do next weekend, so I might not be able to, but I kind of want to do another like something blue stream. And I did have a few people reach out to me. I did have a couple people reach out that might want to do like a haul kind of bounce off, just hang out and chit chat. Uh, just to be honest, if you've made it all the way through here, I'll tell you the reason why the stream was like it was tonight was I kind of freaked out a little bit about um, the responses or lack thereof that I kind of got about getting some friends on tonight, and decided just to pivot and make a conversation about GameStop and movie selling and just my opinion on it. Um, so, like I said, it was a little something different, but I do want to have some friends on maybe next week and show off a couple things. Show off a couple other things. I got a couple other pickups that I didn't show off tonight, just to save some things for next week. I got a couple things that are supposed to be coming in the mail to show off. So that'll be that. And I really just wanted to pivot this. I mean, like I said, I didn't really have much responses back to a overall stream, and I kind of wanted to pivot it a little bit to the topic. And when I noticed that I had 250 subscribers, I was just super surprised, and I thought that it was just fair to me to come on here and give a little something back to the people that give me a reason to want to do this. Um, so great stream. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. It means a lot to have even more than 5 people. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people missing those ones right now. Yeah, they'll come back around or they won't, whichever. I mean, sooner or later, there'll be extras. Nice. Hey, that's some good movies there. Well, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and bounce on out of here. I just want to thank everybody for popping in here tonight. I had an amazing turnout. Everybody in here popping in and hanging out and chatting and everything. I do appreciate it. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Mark. Oh no, no, it's no problem, Corey. I know you had some things to do outside of internet and stuff, and I mean, even if you had other things to do on the internet, like just knowing that you're down with streaming with me, even at all, like it does. I never take offense when somebody has other plans. There are definitely more important things than coming on here and just having some fun with me. We can always have fun another day too. And keeping that in mind, like I said, I do have um a stream I want to maybe set up for next Friday. Great stream, Jeff. Keep chugging along. I had a blast hanging out with you. Thanks, Johnny. Thanks for hanging out too. It's always I always have a good time hanging out with you. And anybody that's in here that maybe missed Johnny's live stream before mine, if you're not subscribed to this dude, go subscribe to him right now. I really don't know what the hell you're doing. Um, and go and watch his live stream he did with his wife April tonight. Amazing people. I love their interaction and like the just the way that the way that they talk to each other and everything. You can tell that they love each other and that they have a good time. And I just love watching that. And I made really good friends with them too. Love the stream. Thank you, Sarah. Have a good night. Love you bunches. Just have Mama let me know when you're on again. She'll probably stay on top of that for you. Um, I usually try to share it on my Facebook stories because I know you're into Facebook and not really doing the Instagram thing, but I try to share my story on Instagram and YouTube, and I try to do it the day before and the day of as well. But for the most part, I think I'm gonna try to stick with Friday nights, mainly because most of the people that I like to watch aren't on, as far as I can tell. So I'm not missing anything I like to watch. But I might be wrong, and there could be a whole bunch of other ones of my friends streaming too. But we try not to worry about that and just do what we do. I subscribed earlier today and checked out his live. It was also a great time. Yeah, Mark, I'm so glad that you're adding some of these fine people to your YouTube channel and checking them out. I love the fact that like my real life friends are intertwining with my YouTube friends because to me you're all my friends and it's just really cool that everybody's that I'm walking with the same walks of life everywhere I go and they're all cool people. Ah, big softy. It's okay, Johnny. That's why we love you and that's why you're the coolest kid of us all, my guy. Good night, Kevin. Thanks for popping in, dude. I subscribed to you. I thought that I was at earlier when I went to check. I thought I already was. I wanted to go and hit a notification for that stream of yours tomorrow, or your video or whatever. But I wasn't subscribed yet, so I totally subscribed tonight. I look forward to checking out a lot more of your content. I know I've watched a video or two before, and I apologize. I must have just missed hitting that subscribe button, but I am now. Yes, we do. Yes, we do, Johnny. Yes, we do. And on that note, thank you guys all for popping in here tonight and hanging out with me. You guys all made my Friday night better than I thought it would be. So until the next time I get on here and decide to hit that live button, just be good to all your friends and all your family and make sure you hug them tight. And I'll see all of you guys on Instagram and in other wonderful content creators channels later.